and welcome to this week's OMSI 2 news. The last few weeks have been very eventful for OMSI 2, so we have quite a bit to get through, so this might be slightly longer, but nonetheless, it shows that OMSI 2 is still more alive than ever. So let's get into it. So this week we have some major news about version 1.2 of the upcoming Add-on London update, as well as the version 1.2 of the Master Bus Gen 3 pack, and some information about the Street Deck single deck which we talked about last week. In addition, a brand new UK map was released, West Country version 3, more about that in a moment. We also have some information about a brand new update for the Bad Hugelsdorf payware map on Steam by Helicon Day. Finally, we take a look at the various repaints that have been released in the past few weeks. Oh, and I forgot to mention also we have some indications in West Country version 3 that indicates that the map will be extended, as had been alluded to previously. So let's get into it. So first of all, RM Developments, who is basically Reese McCullen, who is the main developer of Add-on London, posted on their Facebook page about a week ago about version 1.02 of Add-on London. Just to remind people that it is underway, it's being worked on, there's patches, improvements, bug fixes, etc. And basically that it is not so near. And of course, this is not only interesting or as noteworthy in itself just because it's Add-on London, but also because it's tied to this, the London spec variant. So as has been mentioned before, but since there seems to be continuous questions about this, just to remind people that the version 1.2 of the Master Bus Gen 3 pack, which will include the London spec, will be released when Add-on London version 1.02 is out, because the scripts that are used for the power blinds of the ICU are exclusive to Add-on London until version 1.02 comes out. But as we saw in this little update here, it will be out not in the not so distant future. Another thing to mention is that there's further optimization work, so anyone who has been having issues with Add-on London will hopefully find that this update improves things for them. Okay, so then here we have some information also with what will be included in version 1.2 of the Gen 3 pack. I think this has been mentioned before, but just to kind of quickly go through it, the dual, so you have your mirrorless technology, so you're basically, instead of having mirrors, you have the ones the same as in the Studio Polygon 400 MC, the camera mirrors, as they call them here. You have your Hanix displays. The Volvo dashboard has had an overhaul, so it'll be much more improved, and there's a lot more that you can read through at your own discretion if you so wish. Another thing that's interesting is Morphy, who is one of the most famous or renowned OMSI 2 sound scripters and gearbox scripters, is working on their hybrid drivetrain, and once it's been finalized, he is posted on Felsim, allowing people to give their feedback and hence for him to improve it. And once he's finalized everything, it will be included with the Gen 3 pack via Steam. So for those of you who do not go near the non-Steam stuff, this will be handy for you because it will install the hybrid drivetrain directly without you having to do much, or if you have automatic updates on Steam enabled. Also to mention is the V-Link pack single decker, which is the bus here to the very right if you're looking at it like this. And what you will notice is that I did mention last week that it was most likely going to be in the Gen 3 pack. I apologize, this was incorrect. As I did mention, this is I'm open to correction, and indeed it's been confirmed now. This will actually be featured in the V-Link pack. So the single decker Street Deck will be part of the V-Link pack, which makes sense because the V-Link pack is basically the single decker pack, the Gen 3 pack is basically the double decker pack. So that's just to clarify that as well for everyone. And also Badger, again another famous sound scripter, is particularly for the UK buses and OMSI 2, will be making a B7 RLE Euro 5 engine sound mod as well. So that's something else to look forward to. And next we have a brand new UK map was released for OMSI 2 a bit earlier than expected, because they posted on the same day that they posted coming soon and actually came out, and that is right, West Country version 3 is now available. This is an extension of the Buses of the West Country version 2.9 map, which is also an extension of Buses of the West Country Legacy Edition, and the map is absolutely superb. It is incredible and is almost unrecognizable for Buses of the West Country version 2.9, so it's probably among the best freeware UK maps that you can find. And it has 5 routes, starting with the 12 to Stoneleigh. It also has the 35, which has had a major revamp. It's almost unrecognizable to the previous 35 in the predecessor map, Buses West Country version 2.9. This one here in West Country version 3, the successor of BOTW 2.9, is a whole new level, and it is again a very nice map. We have the X35, which is just an express variant of the 35, skipping some of the detours that the 35 does. You also have the 100, which is the park and ride route. And finally, we also have the 122, which is an open topper route that runs only in the summertime. So there's 5 routes for people to enjoy, for you to enjoy driving on OMSI 2, and they're mostly about 20 minutes long. Some of them are 30 minutes long. But the map has added loads of new areas, including a motorway, a seafront, and they have said it's one of the most varied UK maps out there, and indeed it is. It has a city centre, it has rural roads, it has seaside, it has harbours, it has lots of different scenery adding to the map. Another thing to mention is that they did mention a while back that the map will be split into 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. So it probably means that this is not the final version, and there will be more added to the map. And as you can see here, this is a screenshot from the map in one of the areas along the 35 route, and as you can see there, it says 525 SOM. So this indicates that there's plans to add even more routes to West Country version 3, but of course this is provisional, but nonetheless there is the indication that this is at least being considered. Bad Huggelsdorf version 1.5 was also released, I think, a few weeks ago, and this basically added new versions of the MAN A47, which is the 10-meter version. So basically adds more buses for you guys to drive. You have 2 new bus variants as well, so you have a Euro 5 A20 and a Euro 5 A25, and then there is the VDV cockpit or display and Euro 6 standards for the A20 and A25, and then also they have taken a look at the textures again, and I think they probably made some improvements to make the map run smoother and obviously use less RAM. But this is basically the update for version 1.5. Interesting enough, rather than it being mainly focused on the map, it's more focused on the buses that come with it. And now it's for our repaint section. This is something I had kind of neglected to do in the last few OMSI 2 news. So here we are these are the latest repaints that have been released for OMSI 2. First of all, we have the West Country First Bus Pack by Callum McKilly Mods, and he is one of superb repainter, making various repaints. And funnily enough, the timing for this repaint was perfect because it came out one day before West Country version 3 came out. They've branded routes as well, so you have this repaint for the C400R, the Enviro 400 MMC, and for the Right Gen 3 pack. He is also working on some for the Right Streetlight, and is working on various other projects as well. So various brilliant and superb repaints coming your way in the not so distant future. We also have power blinds were made for West Country version 3 by Brendan Cross. Now do bear in mind here that this is the old version. This has since been fixed as far as I know, but there was some issues with the route not showing up at the top, but that has since been fixed. I just didn't have any screenshots of it. So there you go. This is also another thing. So for those of you who want to drive the Alan London buses, you're now able to do so in West Country version 3 with the added realism of actually having the blinds show something. Another repaint pack made by Colin McKilly Mods is the Bristol Airport repaint pack, which is for the Bristol Airport map you can use, which is also available on Pelsam. And finally, we have an RATP Group AD. It's a specific bus, but there you go. We have RATP Group repaint for the Alan London C400 as well. And of course, you can find the links to all these repaints either in the description, or if they're not in the description, then they will be in the Discord, because all of this is posted in the Discord in the recommended mods category. And if I have time, I will also add them into the description. But nonetheless, that is it for now. Thanks for watching, and that brings us to an end to this week's OMSI 2 news. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for your weekly OMSI 2 news updates every Tuesday generally, although sometimes it can vary. And also make sure to subscribe for your simulation news and of course your various OMSI 2 streams. And do join the Discord to stay even more on top of the OMSI 2 news. We had added some of the major development servers for OMSI 2, their announcement channel, into our Discord server, so you can stay on top of the latest OMSI 2 news. That is it for now. Until next time, bye for now.